Are vlogging our first dates. This is my first date with Chris. I did not meet him on a dating app. Um, we went to high school together, and he reconnected with me through Facebook.
Uh-oh.
So here we are. The date was at 7 o'clock. It is 7:20. I got here at 7, and he is still not here. So the first date is starting off kind of bad, but we're gonna see when he gets here. I'm gonna try to vlog the whole date, but if I'm not able to, just know, sister, we gonna come recap after the date. So yeah. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm slightly irritated. Cause if you gonna ask somebody out on a first date, don't you think that you would have a fucking reservation? Mind you, you come fucking late.
I didn't finish this video completely because it's almost 10 minutes long. But basically, we all know not to date someone from high school. So if I was in high school, you didn't find me attractive, it's cut already. Like, you're circling back freaking 15 years later. We all know that. We all know not to date people from high school or people who've known us for like 15, 20 years and never said anything. Like, no, it's done, it's cut. Like, I'm moving on to somebody who doesn't know me. We're getting to know each other fresh, because these are the type of people that it's kind of like in the same bracket as somebody who's wanted you for a long time and you never wanted them back. They are gonna put you through the ringer. This is the same thing. Like, it's not a situation where he liked her for a really long time and she was just like dodging him, but it's the fact of the matter that it's been too long since we've been in high school. So stay away from me. That's something I would never do. I mean, now that I'm married, it's clipped anyway. But if I were single, no. Like, we're almost 30, and somebody from high school is trying to date you. I don't know. And then she talked about him being super late, him not having made a reservation. Like, I didn't even have to finish the video. I already know that it wasn't gonna end right. So yeah, we're moving on to the next video.
From a first and last date that had the most terrible ending, and I want to tell you about it because it was so insane that I was like, I need to share this because I feel like people have gone through this, and I want to focus more on the red pill agenda mentality, the way that it is like poisoning men versus his character, because I feel like that really is what the problem was. This man, who I also have blocked on Instagram and phone number, and I didn't block him on TikTok because I was like, you know what? I'm not ashamed of how I feel. And I also feel like this could be a learning lesson for him if he's open to hearing it, and maybe he can see how wild his behavior was. I met him about a year ago at an event that we worked together. He had been pursuing me for a while, kept messaging me, asking me out, saying that he wanted to, like, meet up. Finally, I was like, okay, sure. I perceived him to be younger than he was, so I was like, I don't think, like, age-wise, he's necessarily someone I would go for, but he's super nice. The couple times we worked together, he was very nice. We laughed, whatever, like, we got along. So I was like, let me give him a chance. Let me not be so close-minded, because even if there is an age gap, maybe there could be something there. So mistakes were made. So he was like, okay, cool. I made a reservation at this place. I'll meet you there at this time. We'll get drinks. It's happy hour, whatever. Get some light bites, and then we'll see, like, maybe we'll go for drinks somewhere else or whatever. And I was like, cool. We meet up. I want to say like 2 hours passed of us, like, we ordered tapas. I was having like a little sangria. He was having his drink. We're having a great time. We're having great conversation. There were definitely some flags that were raised, but me being in my, like, let's be open-minded space, I was like, okay, this guy clearly is like a nice person, and there's some ways that he thinks that I think could be detrimental to dating, but I don't think it's enough for me to, like, write him off. And I like his energy. He seems like a nice person. I like some of the ways that he views the world in, like, a very positive sense. But one thing,
the word she uses, detrimental. Okay, so she's kind of like going against what she said. She said she saw some red flags that were detrimental, but not enough to stop the date. Words have meaning, y'all. Do you understand what detrimental is? Detrimental means, like, you already know there's no way this relationship can ever work out. That's what it means.
he did say was, I don't get into conversations about religion or politics because I feel like that's iffy. And I was like, that usually means like secret MAGA or like secretly conservative or secretly oppressive towards women. And every woman knows this when it comes to like being on Hinge or Bumble. If a guy says like not political, he's probably has beliefs that are oppressive towards you or towards, you know, a marginalized group of people. We get toward the end of the date. The waiter brings the check. The check sits there for like 15 minutes. And I'm in a space now because I'm older to where I don't feel uncomfortable and feel like I need to offer to pay half because I'm like, you asked me out, you wanted to see me, it's the first date, you should be paying for it. And so the check is sitting there and the waiter comes over and he's like, hey, you know, should we take care of this? It's been a while, you guys gonna pay? And he gets mad awkward and like his face gets kind of serious and he's like, oh yeah, I guess so. And he like goes into his pocket like slowly. The waiter walks away and then he's like, so like, you know, like just to be transparent, like this wasn't a date necessarily. And I was like,
what is it then?
Okay. And he goes, yeah, I mean like, you know, I could like pay for it, but if you want to split it, like we could do that. I was like, okay. And then he's like, but you know, so let me ask you, like, what's going on with your dating life? What's your dating life been like? And I was like, well, I haven't been on a date since February. It is now July because I've been working on myself. I've been healing and I'm being very intentional and very specific about what I'm looking for. So like, I'm not, you know, my stage of like having fun and just going out just to go out is behind me. And so like that's kind of where I'm at, and I haven't really been dating anybody. And he was like, okay, cool. And I was like, how's dating been going for you? And he goes, yeah, well, you know, I'm starting a new job soon. I'm not really in a place to like get into anything serious. I'm not really looking for a relationship. I'm not necessarily looking for a one night stand, but I'm looking for kind of that middle spot. And I was like, okay. And he was like, yeah, but you know, like, if you want to, you know, the next one could be a date. If you want to go out again, and I was like, okay. And he was like, yeah, I mean, or, you know, I could pay for this now if you want to give me some ass.
He didn't say that.
As soon as he said that, mind you, there are people near us. So like these tables, we're sitting on a patio. The tables are very close by. So there's a couple to our left. There's people like back, you know, behind him and behind me. And he said this loud enough for them to hear. And the table next to us, I don't know if they were listening to the conversation, but the guy turned over and looked at us. And in my head, I was like, that's wild to say. And that's wild to say in front of other people in like...
That's what dating is now. I'm so glad I'm out of the dating scene. But remember when she said that the guy raised some red flags that were detrimental, but not enough to leave? At that point, she should have left, but she doesn't know what the meaning of detrimental means. Because I'm a big believer of, if there are signs that are detrimental, I am a grown woman. I'm not about to sit here and play with you. If I feel like this won't be going anywhere, there's no reason to stay for the plot. Like, we're almost 30. As for me, I'm 29. Okay, let me take myself out of the equation because I'm married. But if I were not married, right, I'm still 29 today. Why would I sit and play with you? If I know it's not gonna work, oh hey, you know what, I'm gonna leave because I don't think this is gonna work. I already know that we won't be able to mesh. I'm not wasting my Saturday with you. So now that you saw that it was detrimental and you didn't leave, do you see what happens? He asks you for your bottom area, okay, out loud where everyone can hear, and he asks you to split the check. And he's also telling you he just got this new job. He's not looking for anything serious. Do you see what happens when you waste your own time? I'm not even going to put this one on the man. You wasted your own time because you just said it was detrimental. Some red flags were detrimental. But you continue to sit there. Oh, you're trying to see how the plot develops. Okay.
Company in a public space. Like literally, I will pay for this meal if you'll sleep with me. Not even trying to hide the fact that this is a transactional thing for him. And I feel like this is a thing that I have come across a couple times before, or at least one time really seriously before, where men are being coached into hiding their red pill mentality.
Yeah, let's not blame this on red pill anything. Of course, the red pill, you know, information that's out there, yes, it's detrimental. Of course, it's bad for dating, okay? But also too, take accountability. When something is not working out for you, leave at the first sign. This doesn't mean you're being hasty, but you just, because I'm hung up on the word detrimental. If something is detrimental, I'm not gonna be around because it's detrimental. Like, maybe I put too much power on words, but to me words have meaning. Okay, so next time don't make that mistake. If it's not working out for you, leave, because you're a woman, your time is precious. Okay, and by the way you're looking, it looks like you're in your late 20s, early 30s. We do not have time to waste. We do not have, when I was dating, okay, I started dating around what, 22, 23, and I got married at 27. I was not playing around. Like, if it doesn't work for me, I'm leaving, because as a woman, I know what I wanted, and I know that I wanted children. I know that I wanted to be married. I know that I did not want to play around with little boys. I know I didn't want people's dusty son to know me for too long. Like, if you're not gonna be around, if you're not someone I want to be around, you're not gonna be around, period. Like, I'm not saying be hasty and like every little thing just leave, but you just said some red flags were detrimental, yet you still stayed. So you learned not to do that again, I hope. And happy dating, okay? Remember to leave at the first sign of like, okay, this will never work. Okay, remember, because you didn't share what the red flags were that are so detrimental. So next time, listen to your gut, listen to your intuition. And I hope dating looks up for you. And all of you ladies, I just hope that you learn from the mistakes of dating and you do better next time. Okay, happy dating, and I wish you all the best. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.